Wrexham have got a real test this afternoon as we wait for the referee, Thomas Kirk, to get us underway. I'm pleased to say that after the issues that we had with our audio on Tuesday, that everyone, including my top audio man, Peter Jones, is listening in and says it's all sounding good. As Wrexham get things underway, Cleworth going long, Moore immediately pulling his man to the ground, no foul given, slightly surprising, although perhaps Cooper played for it a bit, and Wrexham win it back in midfield. Dobson lifts it, Hardy will look to get in behind Cooper, awkward bounce, the centre-back does well, but then struggles to clear it. Cleworth in the midfield as well, stepping up to find Longman, whose touch lets him down, throw into Millwall, but... And asked Wrexham Sharon, saying, is this just going to be a defensive first half? I don't think it's all that's what we're looking to do, but you know, Millwall are a good side, and when they put the pressure on, you have to dig in and make sure you can survive it, as Dobson makes a silly risk on the edge of his area, losing the ball. Important foot in by his skipper Matty James, and now here's O'Brien with a good ball to the right, and a 3-on-3 break here. James has got a chance to play in Moore, and he's played it in. Moore was he going to beat the keeper? He's too tight the angle. He's kept it in as the keeper retreats, feeds it behind O'Brien. It's back to Moore now, who hooks the ball back in. I think he's looking to do a Ryan Hardy. He should have pulled it back, because Dobson, who started that move by making a mistake, was in support. And Thomas Kirk has allowed quite a bit of physical stuff, so it's in keeping of how he's done this. Now he's in Maku, who knows he can beat Longman. Instead he plays a lovely ball inside, Sturge pulls it back. Coleman's shot is excellently blocked by Cody. Chance for Luongo, who completely makes a hash of it. And from the edge of the D, he slices it miles off target, but Cody's made some really good interventions in that goal mouth already, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been really good so far in this game, but again, just comes from a bit of sloppy play from Wrexham on that right-hand side. Referee lets it go. Like you said, I wasn't sure there was too much in it, and then they just look dangerous, don't they, Millwall? Again on this left-hand side, Marku just looking really strong with Sturge overlap. Longman looking a little bit like he needs that little bit more help.
Now on the right, Leonard on the halfway, and O'Brien's not letting him past, and so it comes inside. Cundle can help it on again, goes central instead and gets it back from Coburn. Cundle receiving on the back foot, just works it back out and to the left. Imaku takes over, level edge of the area. Dobson's there helping. It's a teasing cross, but it's headed wide, and I think the ref is saying he'd have given a push in the back to Wrexham as Cody went flying. Seems to be pointing and saying take the goal kick, but I saw that, it wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, he gave him the quick thumbs up, because it's Doyle that just has a look, arms aloft, going, that's just a blatant push. Nice cross in, just feeds it into that far post, but there's a definite push, and he would have given the free kick.
Yeah, Ivanovic getting up, but Doyle was going to get rid of that if he hadn't been shoved. He's looking for a bit of space, receives and pops it back to Kakache, and the two of them combine nicely. Kakache has to wait for a return ball, but he sweeps a good ball in, and Moore flicks it across, face a goal, Hardy, and Moore just couldn't quite get her at the far post. Dangerous little moment. If Moore was attacking it, he might be able to get a bit more on that, actually.
Well, really well worked by O'Brien and Kakache. You only need one out. If your movement's good enough and your touch is good enough, you can play those little 1-2s. It puts Kakache down the line. And Ryan Hardy going across that near post, where we've seen him score in pre-season, and he does get something on it.
Here's Cundle though, able to carry to the edge of the box, feeds it into the feet of Imaku, wants it in a crowded area and does well to prod it back to Cundle. It's very crowded on the edge of that box, it's helped on again. A little bit of space for Leonard now. Dinks in across, it's a chance, and it's horribly missed, heads on the edge of the 6-yard box. Real chance for Coburn, he messed it up badly. Still the ball's in the box, and Sturge on the back of the fence. Great defending, and a great parry as well by Ward to push it behind. Dobson got the block, but it was still whistling towards goal. Ward saved it as near post, but we were lucky twice there.
Yeah, good pressure by Millwall. First one that comes in, it's the first time Cody really gets beaten in terms of that middle of the area. Coburn, like you say, just doesn't connect with it at all how he means to. And then when it almost tries to get brought in back again by Millwall, it's Dobson who gets out really well, gets the block in, then Ward's
the ball, good strength and intelligent use of the body by James, who's then taken down off the ball. Ref plays on, good cross, Moore goes up at the keeper and scores! Kieffer Moore scores for the third game in a row. That is classic big man centre forward player. Didn't think he was going to get there, but he arrived at the same time as the keeper, and Bender has gone down, I think, hoping to get a free kick, but once more the referee says that's fine, and Wrexham have the lead.
Well, it's a brilliant brilliant header. His run is exceptional, but Max Cleworth take a bow because he gets the ball out his feet, could quite easily go out to Longman, but he just feeds one into that far post. And Kieffer Moore pulling off his man with the keeper coming, doesn't take his eyes off the ball, keeps his eyes on the ball, and all he has to do is redirect it. He doesn't have to get any power on it, and it just sneaks in by that post into the goal for 1-0.
And the bad news is Moore is hurt now and is needing treatment. I mean, there's a part of me says if this just means he doesn't go to Kazakhstan and he's fit for the fortnight, I'm happy with it. By Coburn, good run by Ivanovic down the left channel. He's picked out nicely and drills a shot across the face of goal. It'll be kept in and chipped back into the far post. Nobody there, but James misses his header. It's driven wide. Oh, I thought he'd scored then, I've got to be honest. It was smashed by Mako on the bounce. Ward at full stretch, but it went just wide, but that's roused the crowd.
Well, James's header is not a good one. He's going in, there's nobody around him. Just needs to get something on it to head it up and away, delay your clearance. Just doesn't get anything on it, and it falls for the acrobatic and it flies wide. Danny Ward throwing himself at it, and a few in this stand thought it might have just nestled inside the post, but thankfully it was outside.
It's digging in now as the clock winds down. Long ball, Ward comes a long way, doesn't hold on to it. Was he fouled? Ref says not, and it's missed. Oh, it's a sitter.
I'm going to be keen straight away to try and test him early on as soon as he gets on the pitch. Can Wrexham try and hold on to that ball, try and kill it a bit again, not give Millwall a sniff.
Well, here is Okonkwo. A lot of Millwall fans standing up and applauding him as he's taken off on a stretcher, and let's hope that somehow it's not as serious as it looks and a rib injury that he can just heal from. So Arthur Okonkwo comes on in the 106th minute. McLean to O'Brien, a return pass over Hess and smashed clear. Wrexham could have kept the ball more carefully. Dobson's done well, finds Smith here as well. McLean, cute ball into the box. O'Brien is goal side, can he finish? Yes he can! Wrexham win at Millwall in the 109th minute. And my goodness, the stadium is evacuating. The Millwall fans are walking out in their droves. But what a great clip in by McLean, and what a finish by O'Brien. Tight angle, lifted it over Bender, and Wrexham, we're back in the second tier. 2-0 up at Millwall. Wow, great finish by O'Brien.
Well, it is, and it's the ball as well is just superb from James McLean. I mean, that's how you silence the place, isn't it? Wow. But like you say, the finish as well from Lewis O'Brien, so good, so controlled, just gets that eye on the ball as it loops over his head. So good from Wrexham just to absolutely certify their first 3 points back in the Championship.
The stadium is emptied, it really has. Izumako feeds edge in. Wrexham need to close out that clean sheet now as well, and just make sure the ball in. There's a good one in the header, goes wide, put it back in the goal mouth. What a save! Was that Okonkwo? If you got a hand on that, that's a ridiculous save. Fed back in again, and O'Brien does brilliantly. He wins the ball, brings it clear, loses it then. That was a ludicrous save by Okonkwo. Oh my goodness, but his shot comes in just over. But that save by Okonkwo was insane. What a strong wrist right on his goal line after a close range shot. Looked certain to go in. Wow.
Well, the clean sheet is the thing that I'm sure Parkinson, he wanted the win first and foremost, but the clean sheet would just be the icing on the cake, and they've just let up a really good chance. But Okonkwo so sharp to it, coming on's not that easy.
Throw to Wrexham in our own half. Surely the ref's close to ending this now.
Yeah, well, Sam Smith just again does really well. Great striker play. Wrexham, not easy that after a long stoppage to get back into it and do what they have done. They deserve a lot of plaudits.
Long ball over Wrexham's defence. Scar is run into, does really well to sneak a foot around his man and still get it. And there you are, for the first time since 1982, Wrexham win in the second tier, their